Good evening, good morning. Yeah, good morning. So I've got a bit of the winter cold here, I think, going on, so I'll just I would try and enunciate as clearly as possible. Right, I've been meaning to do this one for a couple of days. As you will glean from the title, it's very little to do with anything I've got going on politically. But there's a guy called Wayne Erasmus. Not sure how to pronounce that, sorry mate. Who lives in a place called Hendy, which is near Llanelly, which is in Carmarthenshire, which is on the A4138. So just a bit of local colour, right? So we know where we are. And this guy Wayne is a retired engineer, and he got a speeding ticket. And he thought, well, that's not right. He thought, because I was, I'm sure I was doing, I think it's a 30-mile-an-hour camera. He said, I'm sure I was doing 30. He thought. So he waited till it was quiet, and he got his measuring tape out, as all engineers obviously have a measuring tape, and he went and now I don't pretend to understand how this works, but basically they'd done something wrong with the lines on the speed camera to when it actually flashed you. So at whatever point the car sets the camera off, the lines were, I think it just basically said the lines on each section were 3 inches short. So I don't really know how that, I'm not going to pretend to understand it, but basically that meant, because of those lines being not done properly, it meant that he got away with the ticket because the camera recorded him going faster than what he actually was. So I think that's quite fascinating, really, with the era, the way speed cameras are now, and how many there are, and I think it's a valuable, I won't say lesson, but I don't think trusting these people is any good, because if one's wrong, well, who's to say how many are wrong? I don't know. And if someone does understand how all this works, it'd be quite handy if they put something on YouTube to explain to people what to do, how to prove them wrong. Because at the end of the day, if you can test the speed camera thing, all they'll do is send you a photograph of you in the car, and it'll just have the speed on the bottom. So, but that doesn't mean they're telling the truth, does it? It's not like the government to not tell the truth. Because there was, and I haven't actually, I'm never to get to validate this story, but there was a guy who apparently got a ticket, filled the form in, forgot to sign it, sent it back, and because he hadn't signed it, there was nothing they could do, because there's no actual legal requirement to make you sign the form. The fact is, you have to fill in your details, which you've done, but they can't make you sign it. So, there's a variety of ways, obviously, which you can get around these things, but they're not going to be in a hurry to tell you. So, given my channel has become slightly diverse of late with poetry and philosophy, and so I thought I'd do this one on speeding tickets before I get back to my normal script, probably next year now, to be honest. But yes, it's very interesting stuff, I think. And as I say, with the sheer volume of how the speeding thing is enforced now, I think if you've got that kind of knowledge, I think every ticket is worth challenging myself. Anyway, I shall see you later.